And we're back with Larry Vickers. And this is interesting. Larry was recently named as the winner for, get this, Best Gun Porn by the Truth About Guns blog. And I must admit, humbly admit, that I was named as an honorable mention. So let's check out a side-by-side for a minute. So what do you think, Larry? Any clear winners here? Too close to call?
Hey, all the credit for my gun porn goes to my crew.
Yeah, same. I mean, same here. Same here. I absolutely agree with you. I am the same way. I think a lot of people undervalue, what a good crew can do. Because to think that you or I can do all of this by ourselves is just asinine.
No way.
Yeah, no way.
No way.
So what does a typical shoot look like for you? Because I know for me, when I'm on set, I'm all like, where are my red Skittles? Give me, I wanted a peach Bellini and, in my RV and all this other crap. So what is life like for you whenever you're filming?
It's pretty flexible. Occasionally I have friends come out and film with me, or even other people. It's real flexible. It's a byproduct of my time in the military, where you got to be able, you can go out in the middle of anywhere and kind of make it work.
Yeah.
And that's really the case. I show up my truck, I got my stuff, and it's just a really flexible deal.
Yeah, it's definitely something that a lot of people undervalue too, is the whole idea of how much of a lot of video content is kind of on the fly.
Yeah.
You get out there and then you're kind of inspired. You start doing one thing and then you're like, oh, this would be cool. Let's do this and then let's do that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Is there an element to it that you absolutely hate?
That's a good question. I really can't. I honestly, I've done it long enough now that maybe the negatives have kind of flattened out. So there's nothing that I got to say that I really despise. Yeah, maybe you having to do retakes over and over and over, or change the lighting, do this, do that. But I'm preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
After you do it a while, you just realize that's the way it is.
It is, yeah. It just is what it is. People get on set and they figure there's a lot of waiting because they're setting up for cameras and things like that. Yep. And the smallest things can throw off a shoot. The most minor things, like a camera starts going haywire, and then
absolutely
lack of consistency. So, but you do a lot of work with high speed cameras.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I do a lot of work with really good slow motion cameras. But I mean, the footage you get with these high speed shots, they're amazing. Like what you've been doing with inside the M4 carbine and that series. What made you think to start that series in particular?
Well, my director Eric Sheritz, I've been with him, almost 10 years now.
Wow.
We started together back on Sportsman's Channel in the Tactical Impact days, and we've been together ever since. He is always pushing and trying new things.
Yeah.
Because that's his passion, just like my guns are our passion. His passion is video and filming and new techniques and whatnot. And he's always pushing and trying new stuff.
Now, do you ever find yourself, it's like, for instance, I know sometimes we'll be on set and we'll be shooting. And for all intents and purposes, my directors and producers are the same way. They're always trying to find a new way to shoot because we are severely limited because basically we're talking about guns here and we're shooting. So there's always that safety component. There's always the limitations of angles, and I can't walk down Main Street with a gun in my hand. Well, I'm in Texas. I technically can. But, I can't just set a gun out on counter somewhere in the middle of broad daylight and then film it in a certain kind of way. We're kind of restricted in that regard. But I do find myself getting frustrated when it's like, oh, they want me to do beauty shots. Like just shots to kind of tie everything together to create a cohesiveness. Because I'm thinking, all right, we did the shot, I'm done, I got the take, we're good. And they're like, oh, no, you got to redo it, but this time don't talk because we got to make it look pretty and all this other stuff. So you said that you don't have any hand at all in terms of the sheer appearance of the videos and how they look? Is that something?
Oh, no, I do now because I've been doing it long enough with Eric, my director, Eric. We've been doing it long enough that I've kind of slipped into that producer role.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So when we get newer guys out of film school and set, I can kind of help guide some things and whatnot. And then they kind of see our approach. But yeah, I do now. Early on, no, I was basically the trigger puller, and I would pull it. But now as time has went on, we've been filming long enough that, yeah, I do. Hey, we got to do this. What about this lighting? Hey, look in here, check this out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have to wear a bunch of different hats, especially when we start, considering the fact we're dealing with firearms and things of that nature. Now, which did you prefer? Because I know at one point you were doing actual TV shows, and now you're doing on a TV platform. Now you're doing a TV show, but online.
Much prefer online.
Okay, why is that?
Because of the freedom you have. I mean, you know what else? And I'm preaching to the choir once again. Yeah. A segment might be 5 minutes. It might be 8 minutes. It might be 3 minutes. You don't have that TV show format you've got to fit things into and either stretch the content or cut it down. I greatly prefer online. And here's another thing. Really like that direct feedback from the viewer. I've grown addicted to it, to be honest. Now when I watch certain things, like I'll watch some things on TV and I'm like, man, let me go to comment section, and I'm like, oh, there is no comment section. So I can see what the feedback is. That's it. I agree. That feedback you get, I filmed something a couple weeks ago, we edited it and so on, and now I'm getting feedback on what guys like, what they don't like. Yeah, I greatly prefer online. Now,
do you feel that there's a bit of an added, because the consumption level online is so incredibly high now. It's just like one after the other, after the other, after the other. Do you feel any pressure to constantly be producing? Now, I'm asking you the question with my answer already in mind, but do you feel any of that pressure at all?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things you got to be putting out. I agree 100%.
Yeah, it can get a bit overwhelming sometimes. Then, go ahead.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. You might have something come up. I got to take off for a week, but you got to film to get some stuff in the can to kind of, feed the beast. I agree. Yeah.
I learned that the hard way, actually. I before I used to literally just record video the day of, or, that day, then edit it, put it out without any concept of getting things in a can, so that in the event that I can't go out and actually film or shoot, because things would happen, like it'll start raining, because largely what we do is outdoors, and so then you'll have like a week of rain straight, and then before you know it, they're like, where are the videos? And I'm like, it's raining. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, I wouldn't mind filming in the rain, but I'm pretty sure my camera guy would hate it.
Well, I saw that still picture of you shooting a saw in the rain.
See, and here's the thing about that. We were actually out there to film an entire segment, and then we didn't account for the rain. The rain came out of nowhere. It was nowhere in the forecast. And so we brought these like super high-end cameras and all the stuff, and we're all standing around. It's just pouring. We have all of these guns that we have. We have the saw and all that stuff, and we're like. And my producer's like your producer, he's just like, no, we're gonna get something. So they started bringing out trash bags and stuff to cover up the cameras and started. So we literally kind of just pieced together a segment from essentially nothing, and it turned out awesome. Like we didn't realize how good it was gonna turn out. We thought it would be kind of crappy actually, but it came out really great.
Yeah, sometimes those ones that you don't think are going to be anything, or some of your more popular videos, and then ones that you really sweat over kind of fizzle out.
Yeah, you're right.
There's no rhyme or reason.
Some of the videos that I've kind of like, I gotta get this out real quick, and I'll throw it up and not put what I would typically put into my videos, because there's a time sensitivity there involved, and they skyrocket. And then the one where I like systematically say, oh, this is just going to be great, and then I'm like, no one's watched it.
Yeah, I know. It drives you crazy.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And there's just the internet is a wild place. You don't know what's what, why people do what they do, why they watch what they watch. I see some things and they take off. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
But then again, I'm pretty sure some people look at me and say the same thing. So I guess it's a beautiful thing about online. So we're going to take another quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things that you have going on as far as your Victor's guides and anything else.
You got it, brother.
All right.